Okay, progressive disease versus terminal disease. What makes the difference between a progressive disease and a terminal disease? Because both are progressive, but the difference is in the time. A person can have a progressive disease and live with it for a very long time. When it becomes terminal, it means someone is deemed to be in the process of dying within months. So when a doctor says a disease is terminal, what they are basically saying is that they expect that person to die within about 6 months. 6 months is usually what deem as the life expectancy of a person that has a terminal illness. While a person can have a progressive illness, they can't pin anything that says they see death coming in soon. So that's the difference. The difference is in the time. Um, Basically, progressive diseases end up becoming terminal disease eventually, unless somebody dies sooner of a car accident, or someone might get sick of another disease that comes quickly and takes somebody. But if the progressive disease takes its full course, it's going to become terminal disease and then eventually lead to death. So we can safely say a progressive disease that takes its full course eventually leads to death. Terminal illness is when the progressive disease has reached the place where the doctors are checking on all their markers and they're going, you know, as far as medically is concerned, there's nothing more we can do for this person. And at that point, they basically are giving a person around 6 months to live. Some people might live more than 6 months. And I've walked the journey with people for 3 years, 2 years, when they are on hospice. Because even though the doctor is saying medically we don't see anything else that we can do, some people end up living longer. However, I'll tell you something. I've worked for hospice specifically for close to 20 years. And I can tell you 98% of people that the doctor says they're gonna be dying in about 6 months, it does happen. It happens. The doctors have so much experience in dealing with disease and illness, and there have been a lot of studies that have been done over time where doctors know how our bodies function. Is so I just wanted to make that distinction to make sure that I talk about the progressive disease and terminal, just to make sure I distinguish that just because someone has a progressive disease doesn't mean they have a terminal illness. Terminal illness is when the progressive disease has reached the time when somebody there's nothing else medically that can be done, and the medical people are saying we are expecting this person to die from this disease again if it takes its full course. Because again, terminal illnesses have complications. So someone can have a terminal illness and have a complication, and they can die of the complication related to it. My goal is to shed a little bit of light on some issues that I've seen really impact our families, and hopefully together with the people can start taking decisions, learning, educating ourselves, and making informed decisions for ourselves, for our families, for our children. God bless.